The root is constantly nourished by habit energy, firmly attached to the seat. The mind moves along with an objective world as iron is drawn by the lodestone. In the previous verse, we heard about the store consciousness. There's two aspects to this. There's what's in the store and the store itself. The mind is usually caught up with what's in the store, and what's in the store are memories. And memories aren't just idle thoughts, memories, pleasant memories of the past. They're emotional things. Memories normally have an emotion associated with it. We tend to forget that and just think of the images. But memories are emotions. And these are normally habitually reinforced. The feeling is reinforced. The image is reinforced. It might be a memory of a happy time or a memory of a bad time. And we reinforce it by playing it over. These are our samskaras. This is one of the 5 skandhas. It colours our reality. Our habit patterns colour our reality. Our habit patterns, our mood patterns, colour our sense of reality. So this is the process that's going on. We get more impressions. They have feelings associated with them, feelings, emotions. It's a pattern of moods which we often spend most of our time reinforcing. They're firmly attached to the seat. They're very deep. Even if you have an enlightenment experience, it can often be coloured by a very fundamental tone. The tone of your existence. And you must be careful not to colour your realization with this tone. Even if you're an enlightenment practitioner, you might find this tone, this deep tone, quite difficult to budge. It will be a somewhat negative tone. However, if you're in touch with this tone, it can be changed. Something called bliss can be allowed to alter it, but I'll say more about that another time. This verse is concerned with our mind, which moves along with an objective world as iron is drawn by the lodestone. Normally we think, objective, that's good. We like to be objective. But here the meaning is a little bit more literal than that. Objective means a world of objects. This is the result of the discriminating consciousness. This is a result of the defiled mind. It invests in this reality of objects. It is enchanted by this world of objects, and in this enchantment is its imprisonment. This is why it's worth going back to verse 12. This was an attempt to counteract this attraction to the mind by regarding the world as always like a magically moving corpse or a machine or like a dream or a lightning or a cloud. Triple continuation is torn asunder and one is emancipated. So it's a very powerful energy. It's like an addiction. The mind is drawn to this conventional understanding that we are an object wandering around an external world of objects which we perceive with our senses. This is what we're up against. What we have to come back to, what the mind has to turn to once again, is spelled out in the next verse. The original source on which all sentient beings are dependent is beyond theorisation. All doing cease and emancipation obtains. Knowing and known are transcended. So the original source is this fundamental awareness once again. This is what grants us our sentience. It's what machines can never have. You know you are aware. This awareness comes first. Everything else is a concept, an idea, a hypothesis, a thought. It might not seem very wonderful. It might seem rather mundane. But again, this is the prejudice of the mind, and we need to look at getting back in touch with the miraculous wonder of this awareness. This, after all, is the vision of the Buddha. So this isn't something we can talk about, it's something that must be realized. All doings cease and emancipation obtains. And all doings are investments in this objective reality. Doings becomes playings, it becomes play. If you realize that everything is a play, then isn't this emancipating? Knowing and known are transcended. And this is cognition, basically, cognizing objects, believing in objects, believing that there are external objects, that this object here is somehow perceiving. All of that happens in awareness. All of these ideas, all of these concepts and beliefs happen in awareness. And that's what we keep coming back to.